Okay. So for recap, yesterday we had seen this, the formula columns, the aggregate functions, and followed by some, these things writing, how to schedule a BAP report and so on, right? Today we'll see this, and yesterday have seen report properties as well, right? Today we'll see the busting concept, report busting. So report busting. So we'll see the three use cases for this: email, FTP, and the UCM. So what is a busting team? The busting is nothing but same as your, the credit card statements team. Against your billing cycle, right? So whenever you go for, whenever the billing cycle dates meets, you will receive a credit card statement to your email ID team, right? Credit card statement for your billing cycle.
Yes.
For example, if it is every month 15th, right? You will get in a statement on every month 15th team. If it is 5th, every month 5th they will get a specific date. A statement will be generated for you and it will be received to the email. So how it will receive it? This is more about the busting concept. The data will be the data will be divided into multiple chunks, and the data will be delivered to the respective recipients with the given formatting instructions. Okay, so the report may generate the output into multiple customer streams. On that 15th date, report may generate the PDF for all the customers. But at runtime, this PDF document will be split into n number of documents and it will deliver to the respective recipient's team. Okay, this is more about the busting. By using busting, we can send a report output to the email, which is a condition specific, followed by you may transfer the output to the third-party servers using FTP, or you may push the file within the Fusion application UCM server, and some other delivery channels are available, which is WebADB, print, and so on. These we call as delivery channel stream. Okay, so first we'll see how the busting will be work stream. We'll see some overview over here. Okay. Busting is a process of splitting the data into the blocks, generating the documents for each block, and delivering the documents to one or more destinations. The data for the report is generated by executing a query once and then splitting the data based on a key value. For each block of the data, a separate document is generated and delivered. Busting is the process of splitting the data into the block stream. It will split the data into the blocks and generating the documents for each block. Generate the document for each block and delivering that document into one or more destination teams. Here, destination nothing but it could be email, fax, FTP, UCM, and so on. Okay. So the data for the report is generated by executing a query once and splitting the data based on the key. This will come across your understanding. So a busting definition is a component of the data model. One of the component busting is from the data model. After you have defined the data sets, for the data model, you can set up one or more busting definitions team. We may create data sets right in. So on top of the data set, you may create busting definition team within the data model itself. So when you define the busting definition, right, there are two components will come into picture, which is split by, delivery by, and delivery query. Split by is nothing but how you want to be divide the data team, how you want to be divide the data. The split by element is an element from the data that will govern how the data is split. For example, as to split a batch of invoices by each invoice, you may use an element called customer ID or invoice ID. However, if you use a customer ID, the batch of invoices will be divided against customer. If you want to be split the data based on invoice ID, right, you may see all the invoices team. For example, the report contains 5 invoices team, 5 invoices. When you use split by invoice ID, then you may get 5 documents for each invoice. Those 5 invoices assume belongs to 2 customers, assume 2 customers. Then when you use a split by customer ID, then you may see the 2 documents, 2 PDF document for each customer, and it has customer associate invoices. The way split by and delivery by will come into picture team. Delivery by element and element that will govern how the formatting and delivery options are available team. So the bursting instruction team, whether it's email, fax, FTP, right, whichever, those delivery options, and the formatting team, the output, PDF, output name, whom this should be sent, right? Everything we need to be verified. Sorry, we need to be maintained within the formatting delivery options team. These formatting delivery options will be maintained within the delivery query. So delivery query is nothing but one of the SQL statement that we can define to the BA publisher to construct the delivery XML data file. This query must return the formatting delivery details. So from this data will be governed to the split by and delivery by. The bursting concept will be implemented. Okay. Come across, we'll see. This is delivery XML. So something key, template, locale, output, time zone, calendar output team. C team. If you remember this template name, locale, output format, time zone, calendar, save output team. These are your schedule properties team. If you remember, yesterday we had seen, right? It's better to add here so that you can easily understand. Something more. Schedule. There are schedule properties team. These are schedule properties, right? So that we can easily understand. Okay, C-team. So these schedule properties, while scheduling, we have this region, right? The table region, output name, the layout, format, locale, time zone, calendar, save out. The same you may see as the properties here. Along with this, along these output properties, schedule properties, the delivery channel will come into picture. So you need to be use a delivery channel, and there are parameter 1 to 10 team. These parameter 1 to 10 will be changed against your data, against your delivery channel. If it is email related parameters needs to be fulfilled here, which is parameter 1 to 10. If it is fax related parameters need to be fulfilled. If it is UCM related properties needs to be fulfilled. If it is FTP related parameters needs to be fulfilled. Okay. So the way these properties team. Key is the delivery key and must match by the delivery by element. This is the most important thing. So whichever key is there, right? This key value should be matched with your delivery by element. The bursting engine uses the key to link delivery criteria to a specific section of the burst data. Okay. Template is the name of the layout to apply. Not that the value is the layout name, not your template file name team. Some people giving like this, something RTF name so on. So no, it's a layout name team here, the layout name, not your RTF name, okay? Locally, by default English US, output format, HTML, CS, however you want, save output, and these are default values team. Delivery channel. So these are the possible delivery channels from Oracle. email, fax, file, FTP, print, web ADB, and the UCMT. These are the common ones. If it is email, delivery channel represents email, right? Parameter 1 is email address 2, 2 is the CC, 3 is the from, 4 is subject, 5 is message body, 6 is attachment, 7 is reply to, 8 BCC, 9 to 10 out of scope. If it is printer, parameter 1 printer group, 2 is the printer name, 3 is the number of copies, 4 is the number of sites, 7 to 10 out of scope. Fax, 1 is server name, 2 is the fax number, the rest of out of scope. File, FTP and SFTP. Parameter 1 is server name, 2 is the username, 3 is the password, 4 is remote directory, remote file name, secure, 7 to 10 out of scope. A web ADB. This is a sample SQL for the busting team. So use this SQL statement and generate these XML tags team. We need to be generate these XML tags structure followed by this SQL statement team. Select customer ID as a key, template name template, English US locally, PDF output format, email delivery channel. If it's delivery channel email, right? Email related parameters need to be fulfilled. These alias columns need to be maintained same as standard. Okay. And select star from however you want. Okay. So we'll see one of the use case, how we can perform this. Team followed, high level.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts over here? Any clarifications? Any confusions still?
Vijay sir, busting can also be used to send outputs on a daily basis or monthly basis, right? Schedule based.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so we'll make it our data model. We'll make it our report to be get some output over here. Just click on the copy and the paste. Circular shortcut detected readings. Right. Copy and paste. Copy, paste. More, rename. This is still 47. Invoices. Busting. DM. This is a report. So ideally, this report is mapping to this data model, right? Ideally. Now we need to remap the same to this data model. Let's see what is the reference it has. Click on the edit. So it is mapping to custom TL47. TL47 gets suppliers data DM. So we created one more data model, right? Just map to that. This is busting DM. Just save it. Now enhance your data model. So I don't want to be use all these parameters and all. So in your practice also team, try to test for a couple of suppliers and invoices team. Just hard code it, okay? Do not go for all the suppliers team. You will get a bunch of emails to your inbox. For a practice purpose, just hard code couple of invoices or couple of suppliers how you want to be test. Whichever use case you are taking, right? For a testing purpose, try to hard code it. Do not leave for all. You may get a bunch of emails. We cannot stop that process. Okay. Now enhance this to accept. Just delete. Here itself add AP invoice itself. Something invoice number. Something invoice amount. Okay. We'll try to hard code for a couple of suppliers here. Could not able to parse a data model XML is either corrupted or not valid. Sure, why the copy paste is not working? It's not working. Create a data model. Somehow the copy paste is not working. So we are getting the data for one of the couple of suppliers. It's a suppliers 1009. Invoice number. We'll take an example. This is one supplier followed by 5.4. There are many sites here. Any condition is missing for us, team? Or site ID also missing, right?
Your invoice level cited.
Now we are getting invoice terms, right? So this supplier, take this vendor side code. This is one vendor site code, followed by this is one more site. Anyway, for this supplier, 2 invoices, right? Just exclude this, no issues. Right. For this, there are 2 invoices. So if we get more data, we can hardcode it. More records, right? So more for this supplier. Two hardcodes, couple of invoices. That's best. And invoice number in so and so, followed by this is for 1001 supply, 2 invoices, followed by we'll take 1004. Where is 1004? Something 123235. 123235. So if you ignore the hard code, what happens, team? All this will trigger as an email notification. Cool. Now we are getting 4 invoices followed by the 2 suppliers team. 2 suppliers. Okay. When you use split by, okay. Later on we'll see. First we'll try to save the report and take again. Now generate a layout for this, which is system-based one. This is a map to our target data model. So add a new layout, just generate. This is invoice and layout, generate. Just delete all. The output type should be PDF. Just save it, view the report. So full display is there. Edit the report. Properties. Parameters. There is no parameters, right? Just give that or view report. So now you are getting the output in a PDF document into one PDF document team. See, when you try to export this, so what happened? It will download only one document team, right? It has 4 invoices. So the use case for the busting, there are 2 options, split by and the delivery by team. When you use a split by, when you use split by vendor ID team, when you use split by vendor ID, here there are 2 IDs team. As a unique, you are getting 2 IDs, right? When you use a split by vendor ID and delivery by vendor ID, when you use these criteria, what happened? This PDF document will be split into 2 documents. Okay, for this vendor, this is one document for this vendor and one more document and this. And these 2 documents will be delivered to the email team. Okay, similarly, when you split by invoice ID or invoice number or invoice ID, what happens? This document will be split into 4 documents for each invoice. Okay, the way condition specific, you may use the split by and delivery by and apply the formatting details and send the documents to the respective recipients followed by the delivery channels. Okay. And now we'll see the same here. This is a data model. Busting is one of the component of the data model. Use the busting here. Create. It's an email busting. Use a SQL query. FSCM. Split by and delivery by team. Split by will show you and delivery by will show you. It will both are allowing to be get the data set defined columns team. Now we have the Q main. It has G1 group followed by so and so elements, right? So within the split by data DS, G1 group followed by these are the elements team. The way, if however you define the data sets for the n number of, right, all the data sets related columns you may see followed by the group team. Okay, so I would like to be go for split by vendor ID, delivery by vendor ID team. As of now, uses of both SQL query. This is a SQL query for your formatting details to be applied, followed by the delivery channel. Key value team. Key value should be same as your delivery by, which is vendor ID. It's important team. This is the representation between a delivery SQL statement versus your delivery by. From the delivery by, data set will be split by and data will be executed. And the template name team. Template name. It's your layout name. Properties. Sorry. A view list. This is layout name thing. Locally English US output format I need PDF. Use the delivery channel emails. If it is email related properties team. As of now, try to hardcode. Later on I will explain how will you get a runtime address. This is the 2 email address. Parameter 1. Parameter 2 CC, 3 is the from. Parameters CC, 3 is the from address. 4. Subject 5 message body. 4 is subject your invoices, something your supplier invoices. Parameter 5 is subject team. So something high segment 1 or use your vendor name team. Your vendor name. Please find attached your invoices, so and so. Parameter 6 attachment you want to be sent or not. True. So that attachment will be added the email notification. Parameter 7 BCC, which is not required, just exclude it. From the from class you need to be enhanced. however columns you are trying to expect here. We need a vendor ID, we need a vendor name team. We cannot get the data, we cannot represent these columns from your data set columns directly. There is no relationship between your delivery SQL statement versus data set columns. Okay, you need to be introduce your tables itself. POZ suppliers V. So in this table, we have a vendor ID and the vendor name. And always use a distinct keyword to avoid the duplicate stream. So this is our data model. Use SQL, save the work. Now it is successfully saved. There is no errors. Now we defined an email bursting delivery channel based on the vendor ID split by vendor ID. So the key value should be same as your vendor ID. From this, the bursting engine will identify. Using this key, data will be delivery by the formatting details will be applied and split by vendor ID team. How the data will be applied, how the documents needs to be generated. Okay. Now click on the return. Once you define the way for a data model, you may define n number of bursting definitions too. For a data model, you may define email bursting, FTP bursting, UCM bursting, and so on. But at the report level team, at the report level, properties here enable bursting team, email bursting. If you define 5 bursting definitions for a data model, at the report level, you may see 5 bursting definitions here too. Among these, you may enable only 1 bursting definition to be executed. It's not possible to execute all the bursting definitions at a time for a report. If you have the 5 bursting definitions, right? So obviously, you need to create 5 reports for each bursting definition. Okay. Save. Now try to schedule the report team. To execute this, you need to schedule the report. So what happens when you enable the bursting, the schedule properties will be override with your bursting definition team. Click on the more and the schedule. Output C. There is no output region here team. Earlier we have. It's override with your use bursting definition to determine output and delivery destination. When you disable, it's a normal behavior team. Okay. Now we enable the bursting, right? So this will be override. Now try to submit something email burst. Click on OK. Return and verify the history screen. More history. It's a success. Open the burst. Meanwhile, I will try to open my. Okay. So the bursting definition, this history screen team. It has success status. It took around 2 seconds. Okay. And the bursting split by data DS G1 vendor ID. There are 2 documents being generated team here. Email burst 1. So split by value, your vendor ID, and these are email properties, status success. The second one, the same thing. And you may see here, so VIP collections, your supplier invoices. Here, your supplier name, please find attached invoices. So when you click on the output, right, there are 2 invoices against your supplier. The document has been split team here. And this is one more, something training supplier. It has 2. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5 here. This is invoice test and test 204 and 205. This about email busting team. Any doubts so far?
Okay, so sir, so basically the difference between scheduling and busting is like scheduling is a straightforward, and the busting we are trying to kind of batch the report, right? So
Condition specific. By using schedule,
condition
we
specific.
can,
Yeah.
by scheduling, we can send a consolidated output at a time to the user.
Yeah.
But cannot send as a condition specific, right?
Correct.
The set of own data we cannot send.
Correct.
Yeah. That we can achieve using the bursting.
Okay. Great.
Can we reference multiple tables in a bursting query?
Yeah, that is, I'm going to be next.
Okay.
Yeah. Others team, any doubts over here? Follow the concept team.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See. The next here, I used POJ suppliers view team here, right? One of the table as view, okay? In our main data set team, main data set, how many records we are getting team? Main data set result set. How many records we are getting? 4 team,
4.
right? Now, when you run this SQL, see, I'm trying to run this SQL in my local. This is a user-friendly team to run a SQL. See, so when you run right, the SQL will be executed. There is nothing, there is no dependence on this, right? The SQL will be executed. This is a key value, vendor ID, template name, local A, output format, delivery channel, parameter 1, parameter 2, parameter 3, parameter 4. Team, please mute yourself. And the parameter 6 is true. Parameter 5 is your subject, right? So you are getting. So the way, how many records you are getting, team? See, the row count as of now, 1000. Since we getting in this buffer 1000, just use 20,000. Try to run here. When you execute this SQL, you are getting around 7,000, around 8,000 records you are getting, team, right? The SQL result. Bursting SQL result set. How many records you're getting, team? Around 8K. So what happens? Among these 8,000 records, it will try to scan these 4 records, team, using vendor ID. The relationship goes from here, right? From vendor ID and delivery by vendor ID. These 8,000 records will try to scan these 4 records, team. Right, team?
Right.
Yes.
Getting? See.
Uh,
So what happens here, when you use straight away like this, when you execute the bursting SQL, when you execute the report, right, it may take, for example, 10 seconds to be complete the reporting. From 8,000 records, 4,000 records doesn't matter. 8,000 versus 4 records, it doesn't matter. It won't take much time to be executed. For example, it has 10 millions of records to assume. Your POJ suppliers V has 10 millions of records team. This now it is trying to scan 10,000 million record versus your 4 records team from your main data set. How much time it will take, team, to be executed? Assume it's taking 10 minutes. It will hit the performance issues, team. So always the best practice here, your main data set team, the from class and the where class, copy from class and the where class, copy and use to your main data set. That's it. Now, how many records it will get in?
4.
Same
No,
as
only 2
the
here.
main data set result set, right? Nothing will be changed. Same as your main data set result. So it will complete as expected within the time team. There is no performance issues. Most of the resources will be lagging here. Simply they will use select star from dual and some table in order to get their columns team. If it is suppliers, customers, no issues. For the transaction related AP invoice or AP customer, RA customer transactions or some GLJE, XLAE lines, right? obviously it will hit the performance issues team. Okay, in SIT, in development instance and non-production, you may have less data, but in production, you have the huge data team. There it will hit the performance issues. So best practice, use your main data set from class and the where class within your busting SQL statement and enhance your SQL statement however you want to get some additional columns over here. For example, in subject, I would like to get some other columns. Yes, you may introduce some other tables here and try to get, or add a subquery here. Add a subquery and try to get the data so that there is no impact on your busting SQL versus your main SQL. Team, it's clear? The logic.
Yes.
Yes.
The one thing is like we are using parameters in rep.
Parameter you can use, no issues.
So the
It
same
will act-
parameter will applicable
Yes.
and busting SQL
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yes. Whenever you create any parameter, right? It's the public access across the data model. You may use the data set or you may use in your busting SQL as well, no issues.
Mhm. And is this alias is mandatory for this?
Yes,
As you give
mandate.
vendor ID is
It's a
okay,
mandate.
this alias is mandatory. Okay.
And the same standards.
Mhm.
Okay, now here, as of now, we hardcoded two email address team. In generally, for a supplier, how will you get an email address team? Supplier email address?
From table, right?
Yeah, from table, exactly right. For any transaction related, any entity level team. So if you want to get an email address, right? So obviously, if that entity has a capability to get an email address, yes, it will be stored in a tables team. Use that reference tables and try to get the email address at runtime and enhance your SQL statement team. See, for example, parameter 1. So here, it's a supplier address I need, right? Something select email address from POZ supplier contacts team. POZ supplier contacts where vendor ID equals to your ps.vendor ID. That's it. You will get your runtime email address for your supplier and email should trigger to your respective supplier team. Okay. If there is no table such like that, still if you want to be hard code any email address here team, yet any cost, do not hard code an email address like this for two team especially. If it is a hard code value, then the value should comes from lookup stream, custom lookup. Your functional people will create a lookup from the application. They will give you the lookup name team. They will give you the lookup name. Use FND lookup values. If the functional people will not create, recommend to them to create a lookup for your safety team. In future, if you want to be change this email address, right, the hardcode email address, again you need to be edit the report and change the hardcode value. Again, for that regression testing is required. To avoid those conflicts, try to get your hardcode values from a lookup so that if any changes in future, right, simply need to update the lookup team. No need to touch your code. Okay. So select meaning from FND lookup values, where lookup type, for example, supplier email address, for example. Assumption base I'm writing here team. Okay. And something code equal to email, however, or to address. Your functional people will create a lookup like this. In that lookup, there is a code value to address. For that to address value is your meaning. In this meaning, you may have email address. So any changes will be there in future. Simply they will update the lookup and the values will be changed. Team, it's clear? So these custom lookups, you will get it from here. It's creating the confusers.
No widgets clear like in
Yeah,
Artwell.
right, for everyone. Do not confuse yet.
In Artwell, we used to do the same pass.
Yep, same. There is no change. Setup and maintenance. Navigate to global search.
So do we have any scope to pass multiple email address?
Yes, comma separated.
Okay.
It's a manage common lookups. Just use comma separated to route.
Vijay, we can send through role-based also, right?
Sorry,
Role-based.
role based, What do you mean role based? I'm not getting that.
Suppose if any manager related wants to report, whoever having the manager role, they can receive those kind of reports.
That is at the permission level that you will see later. Okay. That is a permission level. This is a lookup team. Lookup and lookup codes. If email address, lookup type here. Where is that? Yeah. For this lookup code and the meaning. If it is two email address, right, you may get the value from here. And this table is FND lookup values. Select meaning from FND lookup values, where lookup type equal to XXPO type lookup and meaning equal to so and so standard. If it is standard, right, use Vijay dot Tech Fusion gmail.com. Just save it in here. Now get this SQL. Just standalone. If you may look up, the lookup code is standard. This is standard. Okay. Try to execute this. Code, where is code? It's a lookup code, right? This is the email address, right? You are getting it runtime. So in future, any changes will be there. Simply they will update these values so that no need to be touch your report and the data model and so on. This is about to avoid the hard code stream. Now the same use split by invoice number team and delivery by vendor ID. Let's see how what the output we will get. You need to be practice more team here. And this is the most important concept. And the email as common practice will be used in real time. Email bus to seating. There are 4 documents you are getting. Split by invoice number. It is splitting the data into 4 blocks. 4 blocks and trying to generate the document for each block as a vendor ID against your formatting details. Okay. Okay, let's close my email here. Sorry. There are 4, right? You are getting only 1 document for each invoice. Okay? The way split by and delivery by you need to be used. How you want to be divide the blocks, how you want to apply the formatting details. Okay. This is about email busting. tomorrow we'll see this FTP. Okay, so before going for an FTP, just I will give you a high level overview. To implement an FTP busting concept team, to implement FTP busting concept, first you need to register FTP server. You need to be register FTP server within the application. For that, navigate administration here, administration, and manage publisher. Here there's an option delivery FTP team. Click on the FTP. You need to add a server here team. Scroll down, add the server. First, you need to register the prerequisite to implement a busting concept. TL47 FTP, host and everything you need, right? So Padma shared a few things. Let's see. FTP details. So this is a host. And the port 21 and the username. Password. Click on the test connection. Connection established successfully. Click on the apply. And now TL47 FTP team. This you need to be used in your busting SQL statement with this FTP name team, so that the file will be transferred to the respective server. Okay. Now to connect this server as an independent, right? You need to be install WinSAP application team. It's a freeware open source from the Google. Just install, download the software from the Google WinSAP. Okay. And click on the new tab. It's TL47 FTP. Port is 21. It's a password. It's a username. And we need host. Save. Just login team. Now this is server we connected. For that, okay, click on the directory TL47. Okay. Now we created one of the folder TL47. So when the report will be executed with FTP busting, right? The files should be placed here too. That is a use case. Okay. So in order to implement a busting for an FTP, first you need to register FTP within the administration, manage publisher FTP section, then use the same within the busting SQL. That is, we'll see tomorrow how we can. Okay. Any doubts before closing for the day team?
Hello, Vikas.
Yep, go ahead.
Hello, Vikas. This is Pawan.
Yeah, Pawan.
I'm having a doubt on SQL query. I'm just
Mhm.
sending one. I'm sending in this chart.